Hello, and welcome back to another episode on Farming Simulator 25. So off screen, I went ahead and I loaded up a lot of pallets, to be honest. I kind of wanted to make this a smooth experience, and in the process, as you noticed, I bought some new equipment. I've kind of had my eye on this for a while. Pretty happy with the forklift that we have that attaches to the flatbed, but there's just something about being able to pick up multiple stacks with these really long forks that make it so easy to load. I basically got fed up of only being able to do one stack of 3 when I had them all prepped over there to the side of us. So in a fit of frustration, I just went and bought this. And I loaded things up so much quicker. I was like, I knew I wanted this. It didn't stop there though, because once you start spending money, it's really easy to continue. So what I did, well, I'll show you when we get there. Let me just rearrange these a little bit better. Pretty powerful forklift. And it really does allow me to move multiple stacks so much quicker and easier. And one of the things that I did for my own, I guess, not really peace of mind, but just convenience, I also went and I bought another flatbed trailer like this with another forklift that goes on the back. Now the reason for doing that was pretty simple. If I kind of like I do with the lettuce pallets here and the mushroom pallets, kind of keeping them stacked and prepped and ready to move quicker. If I have a trailer and forklift up at our sawmill, that's going to allow me to kind of keep on top of that. So instead of like this massive 1 hour of real world time to load pallets, if I kind of just keep stacking and keep moving stuff, I think that should make it a lot easier. It wasn't terribly expensive because the flatbed and the forklift are actually pretty inexpensive. It's a really nice mod. This is something I would definitely like to use again. You know what, actually we do have, I think, enough room for one more stack this way as I'm driving around trying to get the pallets to fall. I won't lie, I do miss the ability to kind of strafe side to side a little bit. It's funny how quickly you can take that for granted. But like I said, this thing is really quick at moving multiple stacks. The fact that I could pick up 9 pallets and just move them really quick is phenomenal. The other one struggles with more than one stack because it has a tendency to tip a little bit. And these pallets really shift around while you're on a forklift. So for that reason, they kept dropping. It was getting annoying. I went and bought this much longer one, and I'm much happier that I did. I definitely don't feel like I wasted money. I invested it. Not really sure how many pallets of lettuce we have, but quite a few. And one of the things I've been kind of contemplating is replacing these greenhouses with the ones I've mentioned before that allow the pallets to stack up to 3, so that's one less thing I need to do. I am kind of concerned that they produce pallets much faster, but as long as it's not that much more, then I'm kind of okay. So, I mean, for an entire season, we can barely, I could have loaded a little bit better. I could probably still fit one more stack here, but we'll pretty much fill this thing up. We have 88 pallets of lettuce. That is pretty significant. Definitely takes a while to load. If I didn't pre-stack and kind of prep them so I can just move them, then that would have been a lot harder. Well worth it. We're about to go make some money. Alright, I'm going to do a quick time lapse. I'm going to drive down to the farmer's market. I'm going to sell this off, come back, pick up the mushrooms, sell those off, and then I'll see you when we're done. Welcome back. Here we are with our second load to the farmer's market, this time mushrooms instead of lettuce. Made a pretty nice profit with that lettuce. Now it's time to sell these mushrooms and make some profit as well. Extra 75,000, very nice. Wasn't bad. The new forklift is definitely much quicker. It's not as easy to make as nice of stacks, but you know what, I'll take the speed and convenience over that. So far we're up to a pretty good month. We're not done selling this month. We still need to do our wood pallets over to the temple, wood chips as well, and I believe we have some goat cheese, and I think this is the best month for it as well. We'll double check that once we're done selling our sawmill products. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and drop this off right here real quick. I think this little shed here that's kind of holding my pallets is new. I think I put that in off screen as well, which took quite a while like usual. There is a part of me that thinks I should have just flattened this entire area here so it's nice and flat and make a straight road all the way over. Alright, we've pretty much preloaded everything here. Whoops. You know, for some reason it always takes my brain a second to realize I'm reversing and to change, you know, directions while reversing. It's funny because the muscle memory is there for driving, obviously, but for using a keyboard, it's not really there. Alright, we got one more. Whoa, do not mess up my pallets, thank you. We have one more pallet that spawns. I'll do the rest of the loading and delivery to the temple in a time lapse. So I'll see you when we get to the temple as we sell all these pallets for what should be a pretty nice payday. Here we are back at the temple, just about to turn these in and see what we end up getting. We'll get a little bit closer because I want to make sure nothing falls out. Not bad, about 282,000. Nice little payday. Alright, I'm going to head back to my yard, go ahead and stage this back by the sawmill, and I'll do that as a jump cut, so I will see you back in the yard. Alright, here we are back in the yard, or in this case our sawmill. I realized just before getting to the sawmill that I still needed to sell the wood chips. So we're going to go ahead and connect to the trailer really quick and see if we do have a little bit more. Nice. Let's load up completely. And let's see. Do we have any more after that? Not at that one. Oh, 156 liters, whatever. We won't worry about that. And let's check out the wood chips and see where we should go sell it. Man, what a dramatic change in price. So at its worst, it sells for $507 per 1,000 liters. At its best, right now, it sells for $1,640,000 per 1,000 liter. That's 3 times better. That's insane. But it's, it's basically free money. It's just a byproduct of the sawmill. Alright, so the best place right now looks like the harbor elevator. Excellent. I think that's what we've sold for the last couple years. Price is going down, but it's still really high. So let's go ahead and sell this off and see how much we make. I'll do another quick time lapse, and I'll see you when we get there. Well, we made it to the harbor grain elevator in one piece. Time to sell off all these wood chips and see what we make. That is a lot of wood chips, man. Very nice. Oh wow, 100,000. Excellent. Alright, so we sold our lettuce, we sold our mushrooms, we sold our wood pallets, we sold our wood chips. Oh, that's right, I gotta check. I think the goat cheese, this is the best time. We obviously won't have a lot of pallets, which is fine. But if this is the best time to sell it, might as well sell it for our first goat cheese profit. I need to make sure I also check the sales to see if our used tractor is in there. I don't want to somehow miss that. That would be a bummer. And we're up to 1 million so far. Though I'm not gonna lie, for some reason I thought we were gonna make a lot more. Maybe I had more wood pallets to sell last time of this year. I don't think we'll be needing this trailer for a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and park it back in its shed. And we don't need to worry about the grain mill now that it's distributing. Alright, that would be way too big of a trailer for just, what is that, 5 pallets of goat cheese? I don't think so. We can probably go ahead and park this one back as well. I don't foresee having to use it for a little bit. And if we need it, obviously we can just kind of grab it. Whoops. Felt like something landed on my hand, so I looked to see if there was a bug there. Next thing I know, I've crashed into my new shed. Awesome. It's kind of nice to have a place for everything to go. Makes me feel as though, really progressed. I know I have. We have so much more land. And we're doing so much more, but it's, it's the funny things, like little things here where I'm like, oh wow, look. I have livestock. I have a dairy right here. I have sheds. For the longest time, it didn't really change that much up here at our farmhouse or by our farmyard. You know what? Now I am curious. How statistically, how long have we been playing through this playthrough? Let's see. Time played, no. Years played. This is our 5th year in game. Nice. Pretty impressive. So let's see, this thing has 2,000 liters of rice flour, 2,000 liters of regular flour. That must have got distributed. We'll just use a little bit of super strength and just throw this off there like that. And we'll move this down by the dairy and we'll grab some cheese. And we'll do another quick time lapse. As I get down there, I'll sell it. I won't stop the time lapse as I sell. I'll just head back to the yard and park. So I'll see you when we get back. Here we are back at the farm, and I think the next thing I want to do, I want to swap out the greenhouses for the new ones or the modded ones, and I'd like to do that now while it's actually empty, except for, obviously water. But I do want to check the sale and see if we have our new tractor in there. We do not. All right, good. I don't need to worry anymore. Let's see. This one here is halfway through a pallet. Almost a pallet. So what I'll do is I'll just move this real quick and I'll speed up time. Let it produce this one pallet here, and then as soon as that pallet's produced, we'll go ahead and sell them and rebuild them. I'll do this as a quick time lapse. I'll see you when we're done refilling all these greenhouses. Welcome back. So you might have noticed, let me actually go to it. I put 3 loads into each of these greenhouses. And I opened up the the greenhouse in the production tab so that I could look at it and be like, oh my gosh, it carries, it holds 400,000 liters instead of the whatever 40 or 30 it was before. Part of it is because this is a modded greenhouse. Obviously, they've boosted up all sorts of stuff. For example, it can hold up to 280,000 liters in storage, which obviously I'll never need to worry about. And it can produce its own water so that it's self-sufficient. Not planning on doing this, though I don't really consider that unrealistic because in today's day and age, I'm assuming most people are going to plumb water to a greenhouse versus, bringing it over with a tractor. But I still kind of want, to maintain it as, it's kind of, just having something to do on the farm. Maybe at some point I might, turn it to making water, but for now it's all right. All right, we've activated the lettuce. So this makes, let's see, takes 8 water, makes 4 lettuce, and it does 5,040 cycles per month. So it looks like it's going to cost more, but it's probably going to produce more. So I guess we'll end up seeing how much is made. And you know what? Since I sold those two little that mushroom pallet here in my kiosk, I left this turned on, which isn't good because I don't have a charger yet for the battery since this is electric versus gas. And I do need to buy, I still need to buy a gas tank for the yard because I have equipment that's going to need gas, and it's too slow to drive it all the way out to the gas station there. So I'll figure out where to put that, and then that's kind of really the last thing I really need at the moment for the yard. The next big purchase I want is a large tractor, the JCB. Why don't we move this down over here for now by the goats and the chickens. I realized I need a second large tractor, and the JCB, I've had my eye on it for a while, mostly because it's really fast. So, when I need a tractor to start hauling stuff or moving stuff around, kind of traveling a little bit, I think that's the perfect tractor to have. I'm not really sure where I want to put a gas tank. I want to make it easily accessible. Let's open up the construction page again. I do want to make it easily accessible, but I also kind of want it out of the way so it's not, sticking out anywhere. Maybe here would be a pretty good spot by this shed. Nice. Didn't have to play any games, so just let me put it down. And now that I think about it, before I sold and replaced the greenhouses, I never actually saved. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that that didn't go bad. Oh, I hear the engine. I forgot to turn it off. Large tractors. It's my JCB. Window control. I don't think we need that. We do want the fastest one though. I like my BKT tires just because they're chunky. And that always looks good on a tractor. Markers is fine, flags is fine. This really won't be doing a lot of work in the fields, so we don't really need the GPS or anything like that. And I think we'll keep the original colors. I'm gonna save the rest of that money. We're waiting for the our red case tractor that we've ordered to come in. Just gonna tab until we make it to the JCB. There we. Wow, man! I didn't realize how much equipment I'm starting to accrue. Most of the money we'll be saving. We need to get a planter, maybe even 2. I'll see if I can get away with just 1 this time. But we'll need to be planting sorghum. And then I was kind of having a think as I was delivering all the products to the different sell points that I was driving. What the next stage is going to be. We've got goats. We're producing goat cheese. So we do have another production in line, which is nice. The only kind of unfortunate thing for me is that all the goat cheese will end up having to be sold in January along with everything else. So we'll have lettuce, mushrooms, we'll have wood chips, and goat cheese all sold in January. And then usually I end up having some planks to sell to the temple as well. Well, this thing is a lot quicker. It's kind of nice. We're going to hold on to this corn header. One of the things I was thinking about was starting to plant sunflowers. Sunflower oil sells in March, so that gives me a different month as far as, you know, kind of like a time to load and sell, which is nice. And it lets me kind of work towards another production. And the question is whether or not I want to build that production in my own production yard or buy, what is that, the oil factory? Or what do they call it? I think this is it, the oil mill. There's a sugar mill to buy, a canning factory, no, I'm sorry, carpentry, canning factory, so there is the canning factory. We already own the bakery. And I figure eventually I'll buy field 8, 9, and 12, and then all of that 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12 will all be grain production. And then maybe by my yard, my farm, I'll have 29, 33, 32, and potentially 34 at some point, all making sunflowers to feed the sunflower or the oil mill. How much is the oil mill? If I wanted to buy it, $240,000, so that's not bad. It's pretty doable. So that might be next, but we'll have to wait a little bit because I want to make sure that this season of grain planting is going to go by a little bit easier. It was pretty rough to harvest and plant all that grain. But if I can plant easier with 2 tractors and 2 planters and 2 seeders, then that should be pretty helpful. Let me actually go fill up the gas tank we just bought. And I think this will be a pretty good time to end the episode. I feel like we've done everything we need to do in January. Yeah, I guess we'll buy 10,000 liters of gas for $16,000. But it will all get used. I need the gas anyway. I thought it was kind of cheesy to be filling up my gas at our little silo there. Oh, I also put this fence up. When you first start the game, and this is the starting farm on the map, it comes with, I think it was either a small or medium mushroom greenhouse. And I wanted to sell mine and buy a large so that I could actually produce more mushrooms. And change the trigger for where everything spawns. Before, it spawned right next to the road, and you'd have to unload while you're in the road, and dealing with traffic was a hassle, so I turned it around and made the spawn point into the actual yard. But unfortunately, when you sell that mushroom greenhouse, it also sells the fence that's around here. Now, I didn't like having, I guess, just access from the road straight into the yard. It just felt a little, I don't know, weird. So I finally put a fence down. I was hoping to be able to bring it all the way up here like it originally was. But unfortunately, you know, this stone thing doesn't really have a hitbox. So you can put stuff on it. Even here, it kind of went inside. But it looks a little bit better. It's starting to look a little bit nicer. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. It was a lot of selling, kind of getting rid of everything that we've been producing for the year, and preparing for the next year, where hopefully we'll have some pretty big changes. Well, not pretty big, but at least some more changes. We're constantly growing and improving the farm. I think I've decided that I believe this is the 50th episode, which is a pretty big milestone for me because this is the very first Let's Play I've ever made. So between playing, talking, recording, and everything, I'm like, sweet, I've done 50 episodes. That's kind of cool. And I think the next milestone where I will stop this particular series is going to be 100 episodes. That's kind of huge. I'm like, all right, cool. It'd be nice to have made it and see what it's like to do a 100 episode series. I don't crank them out every day, once a week, so that'll take a while anyway. But I figure that'd be kind of a good goal to go towards and see how much we can grow and how much of the map we can control in that process. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Have a great day.